Friends, welcome back, and if you're new, welcome. My name is Nikki. I'll put my usual video on the screen showing you how to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Hit the bell so that you're notified of my almost daily uploads. I always say almost because I upload about 4 to 5 times a week on this channel. So I am here for you, friends, almost every day. So subscribe, hit the bell so that you don't miss out on that. I do have a favor to ask. I have 2 other channels. One of them is a vlog channel that I have had for 2 years. I love filming vlogs. My vlog channel mostly features just like my travel vlogs. If you're new around here, one of my goals to finish in 2020 was to finish visiting all 50 states. I made it to 45. And then the Rona hit, so I have 5 more left. But there's lots of travel vlogs. Also, there will be a lot of new mommy content going there. I'm officially 9 months today. Like life stuff, boyfriend stuff. So, if you didn't know, on YouTube, they made this new rule like 2 years ago, that you have to have 1,000 subscribers to be monetized on your channel. Basically meaning I make no money on that channel. I've had it for 2 years, and that's fine because it's just like, for me, it's like a family virtual video library. But I'm really gonna ramp up the vlog channel. It would be nice to make like $1 a month there. I'm not exaggerating when I say that. I think a lot of people that don't do YouTube think that all YouTubers make a crap ton of money. You guys, unless you have hundreds and thousands of subscribers, you're not making that much money from your YouTube ads. Yes, there's other ways to make money, but YouTube ads doesn't pay that much. So I'm not exaggerating when I say if I get monetized on that channel, I'll probably make like 20 or 50 bucks a month, but it's still 20 or 50 bucks a month. So if you guys could subscribe there, we are so close to 1,000 subscribers on the vlog channel. But only subscribe if you like vlogs, because it doesn't help me if I have 1,000 subscribers and then nobody watches it. If you like vlogs, you like travel content, just normal day in the life content, there's more reselling content there. I show you like my real estate business. If you're interested in that side of things, for those of you that say I feel like your friend, I think that would probably be like your jam, like my vlog channel. So if we could get to 1,000 subscribers, that would be great. I mean, these videos average about 1,000 views every time I post a video. So if I could just get 200 of you to subscribe to the vlog channel, I could get monetized there and make $20 a month, which would be awesome. I'm not exaggerating. Like, I would really be excited. So that's my little spiel. Please subscribe to the vlog channel if you like vlogs. I also have a beauty channel. We're talking about eBay today. I put off filming this video because I really wanted it to be thoughtful. I wanted to give you tips, scenarios. I wanted to just make this as helpful as possible because, as you guys know, and some of you get annoyed, I always say this, I've been selling on eBay for 10 years and I have learned a lot, friends. This year, 2020, was my 10-year anniversary, and I very rarely make a list, like notes or a script for a video, but I wanted to be as succinct as possible, so we're gonna knock these out. I'm gonna tell you 10 mistakes I've made in the 10 years of reselling on eBay. Let's get started. All right, I do have to give one disclaimer. Just because I'm saying these things didn't work for me or did work for me doesn't mean I'm saying you need to do them or you shouldn't do them. I'm just telling you what I've learned, so let's not take anything personal, because some of these things I might mention you might actually do and it works for your business model, and that's great. So let us know in the comments down below. Number 1, only doing auctions. When I first started doing eBay, for a couple years, I only did auctions, and one of my reselling friends way back in the day, and I'll tell you what I started selling, it's in one of these 10 mistakes, mentioned, why are you not doing buy it now? And I was like, well, why would I? I thought eBay just favored auctions. I didn't know. And you guys, I'm not kidding when I say I did this for like 4 years, only doing auctions. And he was like, think about it. A lot of people like instant gratification. Not everybody has the mindset of the auction mindset, or they're willing to wait like 3, 5, or 7 days. Some people, if they see a pair of shoes, they want to buy it now, or they want to make an offer to you and find out if you're going to accept it. It's all about instant gratification, and giving people those the options for instant gratification will just expand your sales. And he was completely right. I remember the day I started changing. At that point, I had like 200 active listings. I changed half of my store to buy it now. And you guys, my sales increased by 40%. 40% within like a week of just switching half of my store to buy it now. So it's funny, a decade later, now my store, I have about 900, I'm like 897 active listings. Now, most of those, I want to say like 90% of those are currently buy it now. And then the other 10% are things that I'm auctioning off to try to get my transaction rate up, which is another mistake we'll get to, which is probably the last one. But if I wasn't in the situation I'm in now, which I'll get to, if you've seen my recent eBay videos, you know what I'm talking about. 100% of my store would probably be buy it now. And this could be like a number 2 mistake. I guess we're going to go over 10 because number 2 is I did not have best offer on for like the first couple years when I was doing auction. I never had best offer on until I switched to buy it now. You guys, that is a huge mistake, in my opinion. You don't have to do it for your business, but so many people like to bargain. They like to negotiate. They want to see if they can get a deal. I am one of those people. I love to negotiate. I love to see if I can get a deal. I think that's part of the reason I love working in real estate. Another plug for myself, if you're looking for a real estate agent, I always link my real estate email down below, but we'll just leave that as number 2. That's going to be a bonus one. Best offer also elevated my sales. And I would say probably like 20 to 30% of my sales come from best offer right now. Just because, like I said, there's lots of people out there that want to negotiate and they want to make a deal. Mistake number 3 that's going to tie in with a couple other mistakes is not being able or not being willing to learn new categories to sell in, new products to sell in. For the first 3.5 years, all I sold was shoes. I bought directly from a distributor and I sold shoes and I sucked at it, you guys. I didn't have many sales. I had no idea what I was doing. I was auctioning off these brand new shoes that they were basically distributors here in Southern California that would sell to everyone. So these shoes were available everywhere. You could find them at Walmart. You could find them at Forever 21. Not Forever 21. Those like smaller fashion stores. And I just had no idea what I was doing. And I was like, reselling sucks. Like, this isn't fun. And I just wasn't even willing to branch out and think maybe I should go to a thrift store and try clothing. Or maybe I should try electronics. Or maybe I should go and try to see if I can like flip things, beauty products, home products. I was just so narrow focused and just thinking all I can sell is shoes and I don't really want to learn anything else. I didn't want to learn like about electronics. I just didn't care. I was like, I know people are selling shoes. How come they're making sales and I'm not? And it took me a good 4 years. And at one point I did quit for a couple months and we'll get to that. But I did quit because I was like, this sucks. I'm only selling like 2 pairs of shoes a month. And I was buying these shoes in bulk. I was buying like 100 to 200 pairs of shoes a month in my little studio apartment in Koreatown, Los Angeles. God, I hated that apartment. That was one of the worst apartments I've ever had. If you want like a story time, that's something I should put on the vlog. I literally had cockroaches that were this big that could fly in my apartment. It was awful. I can't believe I was storing shoes there. I used to check the shoes to make sure like no critters had made their way in there. Horrible time. Anyways, I was just so narrow focused and it took me years of thinking. I started making reselling friends and I started realizing, wait, you sell clothes? You sell baseball bats? You can sell golf balls? You sell cars? You flip cars? I had a friend that would buy cars at junkyards. He would fix them up and flip them and sell them on eBay. And that's when like my mind was blown and I started making really great money on eBay. I started with clothing and then I was like, okay, this is great. This is a lot of work because I was, listing, storing. And at that point I had to get a storage unit. And I was like, what about electronics? What about selling baseball bats? What about selling this? And I just kept trying to educate myself, looking up comps. And so if you haven't seen my recent eBay videos, I list a lot of things that I sell. You guys, I don't just sell clothing. I sell baseball bats. I sell DVD, VCR combos. I sell calculators. If you want to see that video, I'll link it down below. But I go through a whole list of things that sell for me at a great profit. So kind of open your mind, friends. If you're only selling in one category, if you're only selling clothing, maybe branch out and do beauty, maybe branch out into electronics. Try one or two things here or there. Look up comps. Look up comps. You will hear me say that 50 times. Look up comps. Don't just buy things and hope they sell for a profit. Actually look up the comps of things before you buy them and make sure you can make a profit. And it's awesome, friends. There's lots of money to be made out there if you expand your selling categories. All right, mistake number 4 that I made very early in my reselling career. Not so much, I haven't done this in years, but once I started selling clothing after like year 3 or 4 of reselling, I started selling clothing, used clothing, and a lot of times I was not really checking these items for damage, like for pilling, for holes. I would just photograph, measure, and if I saw something, I would mention it. I would always mention it if I saw it, but I wasn't doing a very thorough job. And in the beginning, I have to mention something I'm proud of. I have a 100% feedback rating. I always say knock on wood. I don't want to jinx it. On eBay, I don't have that many. I have close to 1,000 ratings, but for being on the platform for 10 years, I think that's pretty awesome. And I'm very lucky that early in my career, I didn't get negative feedback from these people, because I would often get emails once people would receive things and they'd be like, this sweater has a hole in it, or this shoe like is damaged in the interior, or they're staining or things. And I would just get a lot of complaints and a lot of return requests. And that affected my account. I never fell below standard early in the days. Thank God. We'll get to that. That happened later in my eBay career, but it just resulted in a lot of returns. And I feel like a lot of the money I make on eBay and Poshmark is from return buyers now, because I've set a standard. I only sell good quality used items. And if anything has any defect, any issue, any stain, any tear, I list it, and I try to photograph it very closely. I take close-up shots and far-away shots, and I list it in like as much detail as possible in the condition, with that little condition box, and also in the description box. So my return rate on eBay is about 1%. And considering how many active listings I have, I think that's pretty good. Now Poshmark's a whole other story. Returns have slowed down on Poshmark, thank God. But in the beginning of 2020, Poshmark, like I was getting a return a month, but eBay, my return rate these last couple of years has been great. It's been 1% or less, and that's because I'm really thorough with checking my items. But those first couple years, you guys, I was not thorough at all, and I think my return rate was like 15 or 20%, which in normal retail standards, that's not bad. But when you only have, at that point, I had like 400 or 500 active listings, that's a lot. So I'm very thorough with checking my used, even my new with tags items, because you don't know, some of those items sometimes can have issues. Tip number 5, and this is one that I'm embarrassed to say, I didn't get an order until like 3 or 4 years ago. Not tracking my expenses, my cost of goods, and just general accounting in general. I feel like you can get away with this probably when you're a newer reseller and you don't have that much money you're spending, and you don't have that much money coming in. But really, you want to get this in order before you become a larger reseller. So you want to plan for the business you want, not the business you have. Where did I hear that quote? Was it Mel Robbins? Someone said that, and it really stuck with me. And for years, my accountant was telling me, you know, for each business, you need a separate account. So for your real estate business, you need a separate account where you put money in when you get paid. You take money out to pay for real estate expenses. For reselling, you need a separate account. Now, I'm not a CPA. Check with your CPA. But those were just the basic things he was telling me to do. I wouldn't do. Everything was funneling through my general checking and funneling out through my general checking, like my rent, my bills, my reselling, my real estate. You don't want to do that, friends. Check with your CPA and they will tell you why. But then even worse, I wasn't tracking how much money I was spending on my reselling. I wasn't tracking the gas I was using to go to the thrift store. These are all things that you could potentially write off. I wasn't tracking how much I was spending a month on my cost of goods. I was just like, I'll estimate that I spent about $500 thrifting this month. You guys, like 3 years ago when I sat down and calculated it, I realized I was spending thousands. I'm up to the point now where I spend at least, and I track all of this, $2,000 a month on inventory. That is important to know. You need to know what's going in and what's coming out, all of that. So you want to get that in order. I always recommend this to my friends, especially that are just starting out. Get it in order now because it just makes it easier for you as you grow. You never know that your business could like just blow up. And then if you don't have these things in order, it just makes it so tedious and more difficult. So you want to get that in order. Do not wait like 5 or 6 years to do it like I did. Okay, mistake number 6, not using sell similar. I kind of touched on this recently on my I'm in eBay selling gel video, and I switched up my words. I said that I relist and I don't do sell similar. No, friends. I always do sell similar. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you have an item and it's ended, or let's say you have a stale item, you have an auction that's ended, or you have a stale buy it now item that's just not selling, you end the listing and you can either relist it or do sell similar. You guys, when you do sell similar, eBay sees it as a new listing. It brings new life to it. It brings new views to it. What I like to do is change a couple things around. When I click sell similar, I'll change the title, might update the description. If the photos are bad, because like they're photos from like 2 years ago, I might update the cover shot, and then I do sell similar. I also sometimes will edit the price. I'll look up current comps for the item because maybe comps have changed for that item. I'll update the price. I'll make sure it has best offer on it. And I do that and I put it as a new listing, and that brings new life to your closet. eBay sees that as a new listing. You guys, and when you have as much inventory as I do, I'm not the hugest, is that the right word? Hugest? Biggest seller. I don't have like 4,000 active listings. I'm getting close to 1,000, but that's a lot. So I have a lot of items that I've had for a year or two that I will end and do sell similar. And you guys, it's almost like listing a new item. It kind of is like eBay sees it as listing a new item. It brings new views to my store. It always reignites sales if I'm having like a slow sales week. And it's awesome. Sell similar is your best friend. If you have just stale inventory that's not selling, I love using sell similar. I actually just had my boyfriend, I think I told you guys this, I taught him how to end listings and do sell similar and repost them. And he just did that for my entire store, my entire 900 active listings. And it really helped to jump sales. If you want to see what sold recently for me on eBay, I'm doing those weekly. So I will leave a link to that video down below. But even though I'm in eBay selling gel, I'm still getting sales, which a lot of my friends that are in eBay selling gel don't get sales at all. So I'm really grateful for that. Sell similar is your best friend. All right, mistake number 7, not listing consistently. eBay has an algorithm and they reward people that list consistently. New resellers ask me this all the time. They're like, I have 5 listings. Should I list all 5 on Monday and then wait until I have more listings next week? Or should I list 1 a day? I always say spread your listings out and try to list daily if you can, or as many days of the week as you can. eBay likes to see that you have activity in your store with your listings. So even if you don't have anything new to list, maybe end some items and do sell similar because that's equivalent to doing a new listing. But I really try to list as many days of the week as possible, minimum 5 days a week, usually sometimes like 6 or 7 days a week. I do have a virtual assistant that helps me. Thank God she watches these videos. Hey girl. But then when she doesn't list, I will list. I don't list. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't list often. I just have too much going on, and that's just something I can outsource to her. But like on the 2 days a week she doesn't list, then I will list. Like I've just this took me 10 years, but I've just started listing directly from my phone. I am not one of those people that has liked doing that. I prefer to take photos with my HD, like high quality camera that I'm filming with, then upload it to the computer and upload from the computer. I don't know. I just find that I'm faster that way. Anybody else? But I'm starting to get in the groove of listing from the phone. It's actually, once you get it down, it's actually faster than I thought. So I don't know. Let me know. Do you prefer listing from your phone or your computer? Whatever you prefer, try to list as consistently as you can. Even if it's 1 item a day, like 5 or 6 days a week, the eBay algorithm will reward you. Okay, mistake number 8, and some of you may disagree with me on this, not photographing with a white background. eBay has said this many years on many occasions that items that are photographed with just a plain white background are going to appear higher in search results. Also, they're more likely to appear if someone Googles something. Let's say, for example, I have some fry boots for sale in my eBay store. Someone Googles, not in eBay, they Google fry boots, size 8, leather riding boots, blah, 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 knee high. I'm going to appear higher up in that Google search result than someone that uses like a glittery background with leaves and or a brick background with a beach. And you guys have seen all those backgrounds. You know what I'm talking about. And while I think they're lovely and they're beautiful, and some people enjoy that styled background look, I find that more popular on Poshmark. People love like the styled backgrounds and like plants in the background. I just think on eBay, you're I don't want to say you're hurting your listing to show up higher in search results, but you really are. Compared to someone who just uses a plain white background, you're not going to show up as high in search results in eBay, on Google. And for me, my main goal is to get the item sold. I don't really like doing all that styling anyways. I tried it very early in my reselling career and I didn't like it. I still don't like it. And now that I've heard eBay say, this has come from eBay's own mouth, like you can Google it. They'll say it, it's in writing, that if you use a plain white background, your listing will show up higher in search results. It's more likely to sell. I mean, even when you try to list something from your phone, I've noticed this, there's this new feature in the app that, let's say I took a photo of something on like a pink background, there's a little button you can push and it'll create like a clear white background for whatever you photographed. It's really cool. It kind of messes up and distorts the image a little bit sometimes, but eBay is basically telling you, like, girl or boy, you need to be using a plain white background. That's what they want. It's better for you. You're more likely to get the sale. You're going to show up higher in search results. So it took me like 2 years of doing like styled brick backgrounds before I was like, I just changed because I was like, I don't really like doing this. It takes too much time. I just want the item to sell. And then I started doing more research and finding out that it's actually more beneficial to do the white background. All right, mistake number 9 I made is giving up. So quickly, I'll tell you how I started. I basically was looking for a pair of like cute, cheap sandals, and I did a Google search and eBay came up like these hot pink sandals, new with tags for like 20 bucks. And then I realized that I kept seeing the same sandals over and over at different price points. And I was like, where are these sellers getting these sandals? I am a MacGyver, guys. I love to research things. I love to go on the hunt and find things out. I was able to find out, it took me like a day, that these people were basically ordering these shoes in bulk from a vendor that was located somewhere here in Southern California. It was like an hour outside of LA. And I was like, I could do that. Like, I could sell these shoes. And that's what I did. I mentioned to you earlier. I bought like 200 pairs of those shoes in bulk. And that's all I sold for like 2 or 3 years were those shoes. And I would move like 1 or 2 a month. And I was like, you know what? At year 3, I was like, this sucks. I'm quitting. So remember mistake earlier I made, how I said I didn't learn new categories. I wasn't interested. I was like, this just sucks. I'm not making money. I think I actually donated all of those shoes. I wish I had a YouTube channel back then, or I just wish I would have documented some of this stuff, because I would just look back and be like, oh, Nikki, you fool. I think I actually donated like 300 pairs of those shoes, and I just quit for 6 months. And I was just like, I'm not doing this. This is stupid. I'm not making any money. It's just a loss. And then I say I quit, but I came back, friends, because I am a resilient biatch. I've told you this. I started meeting other resellers, and they would tell me, like I told you, they would say, oh, I sell cars, or I flip clothing, or I flip electronics. And I was like, why did I not think of that? Instead of pivoting to try to sell other things, why did I just quit? Or why didn't I just auction those shoes off at like 99 cents? At least try to get like $5-10 back per shoe. I should have started the auctions at like $5. I don't mind donating, but I should have tried to recoup some of my money. So I gave up for 6 months, and then that's when I told you I started meeting other people, and that's when I started doing clothing, and I started selling electronics, and I really started selling everything, and I started making great money. But I wish I wouldn't have given up during those 6 months. I wish I would have used that time to research, okay, what's selling on eBay right now? Is clothing selling? Are electronics selling? Everything's always selling everywhere. I wish I would have started doing like Amazon too. I hadn't even thought of doing like other platforms like Poshmark. If you're new around here, I've only started selling on Poshmark, ThredUp, and Amazon 2 years ago. So during that time, it would have been a great time to look up other selling platforms and what sells on those platforms. But no, what did I do? I just quit. So I feel like I could have been so much further along in my reselling career by now if I hadn't even lost those 6 months. It was more like 8 months, almost a year of quitting. So don't give up, friends. If you're newer, or maybe you're not newer and you've been selling a while and sales are not where you want them to be, or is there another category you can sell in? Is there another platform maybe you can learn? I'm a big proponent of learning one platform, especially if you're new. Like, pick a platform, really learn it, start making some profit before you just start selling on like 50 different platforms. I think I'm a proponent of it because that's personally what I did. Like I told you, I sold on eBay for 8 years only before I started selling anywhere else. I don't think you should wait that long, but if you've been reselling on eBay for a year and you want to try Poshmark, try it. Or if you've been reselling on Poshmark for years and you want to try eBay, just try it, friends. What's the worst that can happen? Nothing's going to explode. You'll be fine. Okay, and the last mistake, friends, that I have made, this just happened in my 10th year of reselling. This has never happened to me before. Do not let your seller standard drop below above standard. It is catastrophic for your sales. I did 2 recent videos on this. I'm not going to go into detail about it. I'll link it down below. But basically, for the first time in a decade, my seller standard dropped below standard and my sales have tanked. I told you guys before this happened, it happened last month. Before this happened, I was getting about 5 to 10 sales a day on eBay. Now I'm getting about 5 to 10 a week. It is horrible for sales. It is hard to get back up to above standard. It can take months if you don't take like really aggressive action, which I am taking and I discuss in detail in the video that I'll link down below. But oh my God, it's awful, friends. I honestly wish this would have happened to me earlier in my career and not now, but I'm glad it's happened at least once because it will never happen again. Ever, 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 ever. Because it is hell digging your way out of this so quickly. It wouldn't be so difficult if I wasn't trying to get back to above standard within like 2 or 3 months, but I'm trying to do it within a month and I'm almost there, but it's just a lot of work. You need a lot of transactions. So it's hard because it's like a catch-22. Your sales have dropped, but in order to get out of it quickly, you need to up your transaction rate. Like for me personally, I need to up my transaction rate to almost 300 transactions within a month. So I'm trying to get creative. I'm auctioning off a lot of little things, a lot of things that replenishables, and it's working and I'm almost there. But my God, when you have other jobs, it's just a lot of work. If I was a full-time reseller, this wouldn't be such a big deal, because I'd have all day to dedicate to this, but I don't. I have other jobs. I'm 9 months pregnant. So it's been wild, friends. So take it from me to you, whatever you can. You can read what eBay is rating you on. They're rating you on your return rate, your transaction defect rate, how fast you ship things. There's a couple categories. You do want to pay attention to that. For years, I never really paid attention, and it does matter, and it will affect your sales. It affects how much eBay charges you to sell on the platform. It's a big deal. So if you want to know more about why I'm in eBay jail, again, I'll link the videos down below, but this will never happen to me again. It's a little embarrassing. I told you guys that it's happened in my 10th year of reselling with them, but I'm human. I think I was just a little bit overloaded. I don't feel overwhelmed. A lot of you are like, how do you get so much done in a day? I'm actually filming a day in the life video that's going to go up on the vlog channel. I'm going to keep plugging the vlog channel. I don't feel overwhelmed. I've just always been one of those people that's like, go, go, go. But when you have a lot on your plate, things can slip through the cracks, friends. And I'm human, and that's what happened. I've never been pregnant before. And I think that was really, I'm not blaming you, baby, but I'm kind of blaming you. It's mostly me, but I think that was just the icing on the cake that just made me really drop the ball with my eBay store. So like right now, eBay is #1 priority for me. For many months, it's actually been ThreadUp, because you guys know I've been trying to get my active listings on ThreadUp to 1,000 active listings. I hit that goal, and now eBay suffered. So I'm like, I've got to focus on eBay, because eBay and Amazon are my main sources of reselling income. Excuse me, baby makes me super gassy. So that's where my #1 focus is right now, eBay. do not let yourself fall below standards. Some of you were nice enough and honest enough to say, hey, it's happened to me. It sucks. It takes a while. Like those of us that have been there, I'm currently in it, we know it sucks. So that's the biggest, I think honestly, out of all the mistakes, that's probably the biggest one I've learned because it's had such a drastic effect on my income. So I'll leave a link to those videos down below. Let me know if you guys found this helpful. Do you want like more eBay tips videos? Because I've learned a lot selling on the platform in 10 years. So if you'd like more tips, tricks, I'm definitely going to keep doing what sold. I'm going to keep doing videos like telling you things that sell for over $100, for $50. I think I might want to do an eBay course. Remember I was saying a ThreadUp course, but now I'm thinking like an eBay for beginners course. I don't know. Or maybe not just for beginners, because I have a lot of tips for people that have been selling there for years too, but we'll see. Let me just get out of eBay jail first before I add something else to my plate. All right, friends, hopefully you enjoyed. You can check out my other eBay videos right here.